Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel It World Aspire. Today we are going to see the topic Age of Chaucer. Chaucer lived under the three monarchs Edward III, Richard II, and Henry IV. Chaucer was born in 1340 during the ruling period of Edward III in London to the wealthy family in a wealthy family, and he was a son of a merchant. He lived in the session of Richard III. During the Richard III period, he had wrote many of his work, mainly poems. We can see the slide later. Then he had died in 1400, the year after the assassination of Henry IV. Chaucer is called as a father of English poetry by Dryden. Next, he belonged to the Middle English period. He is called as a morning star of Renaissance also. In 1359, what happened is he was taken by the prison in France, and he has been asked to pay some ransom amount. After that, the Henry IV he paid some ransom amount for Chaucer, and he was released from the prison. Later, he visited Italy also. He was influenced by the Italian culture in early Renaissance period. Chaucer may have met Petrarch, the sonnet writers, and Boccaccio also. Chaucer's patron, John of Gaunt, was banished from the court. Almost Chaucer fell into poverty. At that time, Henry IV, the son of John Gaunt, granted him a royal pension to Chaucer to look forward to a better life. Later, he dies within a year. Chaucer was the first poet to be buried in the Westminster Abbey in Poets' Corner. In England, what are the things happened during the Chaucer period is, first thing is the standardization of English. And then during that period in the 14th century, we come to know that clergy people are talking in Latin language, whereas the courtiers are using only the French language. There is some collaboration is there. So there is a very domination by Roman Catholic Christianity and expansion of trade, influence of humanism, emergences of Oxford as an intellectual center by Wycliffe. It was started by Wycliffe. Foundation of English college system in 14th century. So next slide we are going to say that what are the events that were undertaken during 14th century. First thing is a plague, that is a Black Death in 1348, later days in 1362 also, and 1367 and 1370. Then rebellious Present Revolt Act also the main events in 14th century, 1381. Then there is a corruption, mainly Roman Catholic clergy people's corruption. Then war, 100-year war was fought between England and France during 1337 to 1453. Nearly 116 years. Because of this war, there was a heavy taxation was doubled by the people. Then we are going to see the three major influences that shaped the Chaucer period. Our first thing is social and political events. Then comes the Reformation. Reformation is mainly about the Roman Catholic. Then Renaissance. The next we are going to see the works of Chaucer. Works of Chaucer has been divided into three periods: French, Latin, and English. In French, there is two main works, the Romance of the Rose. It is called as a chivalric romance. Then Book of Duchess, it is about the elegy. The elegy, Book of Duchess elegy is about the John of Gaunt. Then in Italy, three works, Troilus and Cressida, it is an epic poem. House of Fame, it is a dream poem. It is unfinished also. Parliamentophile, it is a romance. It is about a Valentine's Day. Today we call it as a Lover's Day, all such things. Then the Legend of Good Women, it is a dream vision. In English, Canterbury Tales, we all know that. It is a masterpiece, or we can call it as a magnum opus. This is also the unfinished work by Chaucer. Canterbury Tales, it was printed in 1478. Because how it is printed means, in England, William Caxton, who is the founder of printing press, have started printing. At that time, Canterbury Tales have been printed. Even today, we have the original copy of the Canterbury Tales. Next, we are going to see the age of transition. We can call age of Chaucer as a age of transition also, because they have some transition as made in this period. Rise of middle class people is there, then feudal to free system. In humanism, we see the three things. First is spirit of inquiry, second the critical attitude, then new learning. Then the last is the expansion of English literature. Next slide, we are going to see about the other poets. Who are the other poets who lived during the period of Chaucer? That is John Gower, William Langland, and John Barrow. John Gower, he is the unstable state of contemporary English literature, a gloomy view of social condition at the time. Frequent and severe criticism of a clergyman. In his work, we can see that there is a severe criticism of clergyman. Then sympathetic to the teaching of Wycliffe and his followers. Then comes William Langland. His famous poem is The Vision of William concerning Piers Plowman. In this poem, we can see the complete picture of Chaucer's 14th century in England. In England, we can find the different pictures which he has shown something different from the Chaucer. Even Langland belonged to the same age of Chaucer. Some pictures have been shown something different. Then John Bower, he is a father of Scottish poetry. His famous prose is Bruce. It is about a history of Scotland's struggle for freedom. Then prose. What are the prose work in Chaucer's age? First thing is Wycliffe Bible. It is translation from Latin to English. At that time, Wycliffe translated the Bible and published it in a pamphlet method. At that time, many controversial things have been happened to him for the translation. It was shown in the power of vernacular theological discussions also. Then another famous prose is The Travels of Sir John Mandeville. It was translated from French into English, and this is the first English prose classic. Then finally we come to the Chaucer's rhyme scheme. Chaucer used 7-lined stanza, that is AB, AB, B, C, C. This is called Chaucerian stanza, or we can call it 7-line stanza. Then, what are all the important events that occurred during 14th century? The main thing is only these 5. One is 100 Years' War, that is fought between England and France, 1337 to 1453. Then the Battle of Crecy, 1346. Black Death, 1348 to 49. Then Wycliffe's Bible, 1380. Peasant Revolt, 1381. Thank you.